Hello, viewers and my dear students, and good afternoon to everyone just for watching this video. Because I know just you have been anxiously watching for me just to release my Act 1 and Scene 1 based upon the Shakespearean play. Just I was living alone only, just signing to these introductions. So today just I will getting way with the action of the play, how it reveals and opens and the street of Venice. So today just I will go through my textbooks, the original books. I think all over India just might have gone through the same pattern of book, that is the ICSE, the original textbooks. So Shakespeare has the originality, and he has also just is a genius in depicting the characters in a brilliant ways. Means the characterization of the Shakespeare is quite superb, and also it is quite universal. Universal means universal in all aspects. It is universal because it is always as fresh as, and it has absolutely no staleness, as fresh as, meaning that the characters may be involved in this, that may be the cowardice or courageous, or that may be also uh, different characters such as these also hopeful and also the despair, and meanness and also the generosity. So different ways just he has been assembled all the characters in this chapter, the scene one and also the act one. So today just I will go through the textbooks. So how the purity and also as fresh as the real human beings. So all his Shakespearean characters just has been depicted just in a marvelous or ingenious ways. So now first act one scene one. Just I'll go through. So here the action is going on the street of the Venice. So that is the characters are involved here. Antonio, Salerino, and Salerno. Because chiefly the three characters are involved in this act, scene one and act one. So Antonio is exposing first, coming to the lifeline or the main stage, the focus of this act one and scene one. So he's being also described at first at the outset, then what should be it is. So in sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It worries me. You say it worries you. But how I cut it, found it, or came by it. So what stuff it is made of, and whereof it is born. So really, so the first paragraph means Antonio does not know anything about his sadness or what is the real cause for his sadness. That's why he admits that I don't have any idea about my sadness and the worries which makes me anxiety about this. And you are also suggested about this. And you are giving your statement that just I am so terrifically sad and extremely sad. So then what is the reason? Even also I don't have any idea about this. I don't have any knowledge about this. Whom we stand about. So that is, अरे उसको पता नहीं चल रहा है मेरे का क्या दुख है, मेरा क्या परेशान है, दुख का कारण क्या है, मेरे को भी पता ही नहीं चलता है उसके बारे में. Then how can you tell you about this? The man who don't have any idea about himself, whether in which kind of situation or position that he may be, then how can he also going to lodge to another person, going to levy to another person, and going to just questioning to the another persons? It can never pass to another. So here, I am to learn, and such a one to it sadness makes of me, and I have much adore just to know myself. So he is telling about that. Just I am to learn. Then I have to know which kind of sadness makes me just kind of worries. Such kind of sadness also makes me aloof from the world. Means getting into the real sadness and also the desperateness also. So it means it makes me absent minded. So it is given just the one to one to it. So one to it means that is the absent minded of person due to the just the pressure of the sadness and also the layers of sadness that makes one of the sad so under the carpet. So that is, and such a one to it sadness makes me, and that I have much adore just to know myself. Ado means trouble. So it's given here. So that I have much ado to know myself. So there are more troubles at there. I cannot rediscover and redefine from that the deepest or the worst situation that I have been sunk down to that situation under the pretext of my worries. So that is, I don't have any idea or imagination about that, my worries. And Salerino, just your mind, just Salerino comes to now. Your mind is touching on this ocean, and there are just who organize just with Porticel and like the Singanion and burgers of the floor, or as it were the peasant of the sea, and do over but the petty traffickers, and also that the courtesy to them and do them the reverence. Reverence means respect, and that fly them with just open wings. Yes. So in this paragraph, so Salerino is making his also calculations and also the pre-crossers, pre-ideas about the worries that Antonio sticks to that, Antonio prongs to that situation it might be. So according to Salerno, just Antonio ships are in all the directions and all his logs being tied up with all ships in different part of the sea. I think he is also the locks or the fates are tied up with each of the ships that is sailing just in all directions. So that is the sadness, that also the sadness of the Antonio. So it is according to the views or the suggestions or the opinions also that is being given away by Salerno to Antonio. So Saladin think that he must be saddened due to his ships are sailing just over the seas. That's why the fate sea also clings to that. So that is the sadness or the prime cause of the Antonio. So next paragraph that is then Salonio, believe me, sir, just I had such also venture forth, and also the better part of my affection just would be with my hopes abroad. I should be still plucking the grass and to know where just is just wind, peering in maps and ports and piers and roads, and every object that might make me and misfortune to my just ventures, and out of doubt and would make me sad. So it is, believe me, sir. So had I such venture, venture means the business operations, business operation of one's, and the better part of my affection means that feelings of myself, and be rich just with my hopes, and I should be still plucking the just here. Just Salenu is telling that just I should be just I would be just plucking the grasses and making it winding away in which direction the wind is blowing, because I know that is the real fate of my business. Because My ships have been gone all on the sea. So how wind is favorable for my business, so the business operations. So that he is telling that just plucking the grass to know where just side the winds, where the favorable just wind is blowing. Favorable wind means that situation just must go just which favorable to me. The situation which go with me, situation how will support. So favorable winds. That time we were just waiting for the golden opportunity, which direction the wind is blowing. So in that direction, just I will sail across my ships and also get my just ambitions in persuadable. So that's the uh, think tank of this also Salinu, and peering maps, and he's searching for also the in the maps where the ports and the harbors. Harbor means that take ships should come and take rest. That is the harbor, and also the roads means also the channels through which it can easily come out to the banks of the shore. So that is, and the misfortunes are to my ventures of the just out of doubt would make me sad. Any misfortunes, he's also thinking about his misfortunes also might come and tied up with him. So misfortunes might also hobbling way through it. Just one can just going to attend that. So he is also very desperate thinkings about that. Desperate means the negative thinking just coming from in that way. He is thinking, suppose the ill luck could just going to face me. I am going to face the also the bad luck. That is the misfortunes will might swing in my way. Then how can we also stand to that situation? Then how can we just get just attachment to that situation? So that will be quite also the dilemma just comes in minds of the or there is Salenu. So another the salary also thinking that my just my wind cooling my broth. Broth means soup. Suppose soup is going to be cooled down. How is it going to be taste of that? It will be tasteless, just purely. That is absolute tasteless. So what are moving just get another single mind? I should not see the sandy hourglass round, and I should think of the shallow under the grass and belling just a high crop lower there. Just your salary thinking about that. That is the ships would come also quite safely and safe with safety. Then he will be quite glad of that. Otherwise any just misfortunes also going to happen, in misdeeds is going to happen. So under just any just the locks will not favorable to him, just everything will be lost on the sea, and his pets also will be also sank down to the sea, and it will be quite also destructive of his hopes and also future aspects, and also future also the reserves will be lost away in the middle part of this course, the course. And which searching my gentle also the Venice side, and what scattered spices the steam, and also end of the roaring waves of the, my silks, and the what, and he's thinking about then what is the worthy about it is. See, it is about the my imagination, or it is I am just thinking about the destructive aspects of that. Destructive, negative minds just comes to in that being. The destructive aspect means just something is going to be ill luck, just coming to touch down with me, something the misfortune smiles also going to prevail me from just grabbing the golden opportunity. So that is the pursuance of one's mighty towards the evil locks, means holding blows on the wall, getting the reaction what should be like that. So that is in the context of this scenario. These also the panoramic conditions means one thing is just swinging to positive side, means the imagination side, imaginative. He think that I will not just go down from this. I will not just sway away from this imaginative rather than the destructive thinkings. That is, it may be the thinkings may be also that is the destructive or negative thinkings, but my imagination never just aloof from that. So in the future, if my imagination is just being clean bold, if my imagination is also derailed, if my imagination is also being going away from my side, then I will lose everything. So it is the only imaginative perspective. It is the only the imaginative touch, or the that is the perspective or the imagination, that is called the Confucius is given to that. So rather than the destructive attitudes. So imagination, only the powerful players, one can also develop the glory of his dreams and the golden opportunities. It may or may not be just attainable or achievable just in the long run of life, but still then just we have to going just to attain this. So anyhow, just today, so up to this, And next episode, just I will go the remaining part of this actor in scene one. And still then, so the viewers and my dear students, so I'm hoping just to be getting just accustomed just to your familiar with the such kind of aspects as well to you, and you will just get grasp and also be attentive in my just explanations, and at last just you will get these golden results. And still then goodbye and also to bye bye to all. Thank you.